Today, close encounters of the Oklahoma kind, from Area 51 on Lake Eufaula to Shaman's Portal at Beaver Dunes and objects falling out of the sky in Frederick.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds, and this week we're checking out Oklahoma's UFO connection. We've got our radar set for interterrestrial activity. What better place to have as our base than the planetarium here at Science Museum, Oklahoma? Most of you Earthlings have heard of Area 51 out in the Nevada desert, where there are whispers of alien encounters. But our man about town's Adam Beatty has found Oklahoma's Area 51. It's near Lake Eufaula in Canadian.
Hey folks, how's it going? Today we are at Area 51 Marina down here on beautiful Lake Eufaula, and I haven't found any extraterrestrials yet, but I have found plenty of fun stuff to do. So let's go downstairs and check it out.
Located in Arrowhead State Park, this completely recycled structure is not only family friendly, but it's also friendly to the environment. I spoke with owner Donna Shotwell about what makes this marina so unique.
Now, Area 51, how did that get started? Where'd the name come from?
The fishing here is out of this world. That's a unique place, a unique name, and we wanted it to be something really special.
And she's not kidding. They have an amazing indoor-outdoor fishing area for crappie and catfish, and I was told that at times these guys can catch up to 150 pounds a week. And one fella comes all the way from Kentucky because, well, I'll let Ray tell you.
This is a good crappie lake, one of the best crappie lakes in the country. And this area here is excellent. Taking a lot of crappie back to Kentucky from here.
Good eating?
Good eating, the best.
And the fishing is just the beginning. They've got a full menu, outdoor bar, boat slips for sale or rent, karaoke, and a wonderfully fun atmosphere right on the lake.
Well, this is a great place. You have a lot of stuff for kids to do. It's all ages.
Right.
Place.
We have fishing parties for birthdays.
Wonderful.
We have weddings here. Any kind of event that a person wants to have. We encourage the handicapped people to come here because it's really clean, nice, and safe fishing.
And it's accessible, you said.
It's
Everything
very
is,
accessible.
yes.
And we try to do special things for special events. As a matter of fact, we've got the Paralyzed Veterans are coming out this Saturday. And what's so neat about this place is that in all the places that we'll be doing in the future, like at Jennifer Point, it's all family oriented.
Wonderful.
We do offer cocktails and things, but it's in a family environment. And there's nothing more beautiful and more wonderful than to see a father out there dancing, getting down with his little girl.
Yeah,
you know?
it's very sweet.
And that's what all of our projects are about,
Wonderful.
is family.
There is just so much fun to be had out here at Area 51. And now I'm not much of a fisherman, but the local experts here said they would show me the best spots to drop my line and see if I can't snag at least one of those fish.
All right, I got one. My very first fish. And I'd like to thank all the folks here at Area 51 Marina. So in Lake Eufaula, I'm Adam Beatty.
To plan your own close encounter at Area 51 Marina in Canadian, just fly on over to travelok.com. Still following the alien trail, we send our resident space cadet Jeff Roberts to Beaver Dunes Park to check out reports of an elusive alien portal among the shifting sand.
So here we are in no man's land, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and we've come to Beaver Dunes Park to look into rumors of an alien portal located somewhere nearby. Whoa! Look at those dunes. Let's get the lowdown from the man in charge.
These sand dunes that we're walking in actually generated from the lake bed, riverbed of the Beaver River itself.
Really?
Yeah, formed by prevailing southerly winds that blew through this area over hundreds of years. It piled all the sand out of the riverbed up here on the north side of the river. So, thus we got all the sandy soil up here. At least that's what all the geologists tell you.
That's what they tell you, right?
Yeah.
That's where you say that, well, so I've been told.
Yeah, so I've been told.
And that gets you off the hook. Not true. So he's been told. Could there be some otherworldly scenario to explain all these shifting sands? I'm going to need more information about this place.
Well, I think the unique thing about Beaver Dunes is the fact that we do have a variety of different activities here at the park. It's not just a off-road vehicle riding area. We do have a day-use picnic area that is frequented by a lot of the locals and people that come to visit. Really an attractive area, good place for family get-togethers, reunions, things like that. And then we also have a nice camping area where people that are passing through can come and stay.
But what I really want to know is, are humans the only form of life that are passing through these dunes?
We've got about 500 acres here at the park, and each place has its own designation and its own use. It works out pretty good.
You know, I'll bet when Steve finishes his regular park spiel, he'll get around to telling me about the aliens.
I don't know if you've heard this before, but
Here it comes.
Beaver Lake is one of 2 public fishing lakes in the county of Beaver County.
Really?
We've got a nice area for you to bring your family and they can spend time while you fish and have a good time. We've got a real nice nature trail. It runs about half to 3/4 of a mile in the day use area of the park. You can go out and see a lot of the native fauna and flora out through that area.
You know, I'm about ready for some off-road adventure, and maybe I'll spy the portal while I'm out there wheeling around the dunes.
There's a different breed of folks that ride off-road vehicles. They enjoy their sport. They put a lot of money into the machines that they bring out here and ride, and when they come out, they have a good time.
Okay, looks like I'm just gonna have to come straight out and ask Steve about the portal.
You heard about the alien portal. I didn't really actually hear about that till about 3 months ago. A guy said, "Did you hear about the alien portal?" I've never seen any alien, well, I take that back.
I knew it.
I've never seen any outer limits type life here before. So if there's a portal out here, I haven't found it. And I've been around most of the places out here.
So no aliens?
Not that I'm aware of anyway.
At Beaver Dunes Park, I'm Jeff Robert. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just spied the alien mothership. See it there? Looming behind the dark cloud on the horizon?
What a strange and amazing park. To plan your own adventure on the dunes, just click on over to travelok.com. Speaking of strange, Arshel Wagner and her 2 sidekicks are getting ready to jump in their Ford and take a tour of some undisclosed locations around our state. We can't tell you where they're headed, but here's a sneak preview.
You can catch more of Jeff's antics mornings on Magic 104.1 in Oklahoma City, and all next week, Jeff, along with Oklahoma Today publisher Joan Henderson and I, Shel Wagner, will take listeners on a zigzaggy tour of our state for this year's Where in the State is the Magic Man promotion. Listen or follow our trip on Facebook for a chance to win some adventures of your own.
As we continue our look at Oklahoma's UFO connection, how would you like to be an unidentified flying object? Well, there's a place in Oklahoma where you can. Get your parachutes on when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
I hope we didn't forget anything.
I think we're all set.
Hard to believe Megan is in college.
Do you remember how she cried and cried when we dropped her off at kindergarten?
We were both crying.
Good thing we're only a few hours away. Last box. You can call us tomorrow.
I will, Daddy.
And one more thing. You're gonna need these.
No way. Are you kidding? I get Mom's car?
Okay, sweetheart, but you have to be careful. Now, I put the AAA insurance policy and the membership information in the glove box.
Just in case anything should happen.
Okay.
I'm really glad we switched our auto insurance to AAA. Really saved us some money. Not to mention peace of mind.
It's nice knowing AAA will be there if her car ever breaks down, too.
John, are those tears I see?
No.
Aww.
AAA Auto Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Science Museum, Oklahoma, here in Oklahoma City. My kids just came here this week. They love this place. If you haven't had your kids here for a while, come and pay them a visit. Right now, we are headed to the town of Frederick, where there are some reports of what some people have referred to as unidentified flying objects. While they are flying objects, we have identified them now as having the right stuff. It actually looks like a scene from a World War II briefing room.
This is where we have been jumping. We're now 4 miles south.
And it's meant to. These men are members of a World War II airborne demonstration team based at the old Frederick Army Air Corps hangar. They're getting ready to jump, but first, chutes are checked and everybody does a run-through. The uniforms are authentic reproductions. Some are military surplus. The chutes are new, of course, but the illusion really is World War II. They come from all over the country to take part in these exercises. There's the fun of it, but they also do it to pay homage to America's World War II paratroopers.
Our foundation exists to honor veterans, especially World War II veterans, because they're in the twilight of their life, and especially World War II paratrooper veterans. World War II veterans came home from the war, everybody had been involved, they wanted to forget about it, get married, get a job, and get on with their life. And now in the last 4 or 5 years, they've started to talk about it a little bit.
Everybody's now aboard. They take their seats and have a few minutes while the plane, a C-47, climbs to altitude. It's a chance to ponder this uncommon hobby they've chosen.
I was once asked, how do you do it? Aren't you frightened? And you know, there is a certain nervousness before jumping, but the reality is we're not being shot at. And we get all the fun part, the exhilaration, the excitement, without the apprehension of being concerned about being assaulted.
And then it's time to go. The team has performed at air shows all over America and in Europe, and they know that what they're doing has its dangers. The reward, though, is just outside the door.
You're on automatic, you're doing what you're trained to do. You execute the correct procedure to leave the aircraft. You make the proper count, so if you reach a certain point, you activate your reserve. Then the chute opens, and it's a beautiful ride down.
It all went as planned. Everything opened, everybody hit the landing zone. Time to savor the moment.
It was good. The winds were real light, it was sunny, it was a beautiful day to jump. The LZ, huge. Everyone was all nice and tight, pretty close to right where they want to pick up. It was a good jump.
You'll find more information on the jump school if you'll visit the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. Okay, how about an alien crash site down near Springer? Defying the law of gravity when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
It was a Saturday morning and I went to an exercise class. As soon as the class ends, I go to the parking lot and somebody had stolen my car. I couldn't believe it. So I called AAA Insurance. They offered me a rental car. They told me everything was going to be all right. So when my car was found a week later, they said, Bob, you need to change the locks on your car. I would have never thought about that if it wasn't for AAA. They really took care of me.
Get great service, low rates, and a free auto insurance quote today.
It was almost comical. It was like, I can't believe this even happened. I look down the street, I see there's a tree across my son's car. I was just like, I called my AAA agent, Patty. She said, we can take care of this. AAA and Patty are great. You just feel like they have your back. They make everything as easy as possible. I mean, they really take good care of us.
Get great service, low rates, and a free auto insurance quote today.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma as we continue to check out Oklahoma's UFO connection. Now, regardless of whether you think aliens have visited planet Earth or Oklahoma, there are some things that are just pretty darn hard to explain, like a bit of a crinkle in the universe that our Shel Wagner found down around Springer.
It seems a cosmic shift has occurred near the town of Springer, one that would surely have Isaac Newton scratching his head. The gently rolling pasture land gives no hint that in this area, the laws of gravity have gone out the window.
This is Pioneer Road. Old timers may know it as Pitt Road. The name was changed about 5 years ago, but this is just right off of I-35 on the Comanche exit, and this is known as Magnetic Hill.
Here, amazingly, things roll uphill. But this warped reality can be easily explained by the locals.
There's been lots of stories, there were car crashes here and they didn't want you to run over the place where their loved ones had been killed, so the ghosts would push your car out of the way.
People always say there was a plane crash here and the magnetic currents would pull you uphill.
Meteorite.
The road is more long than it is steep, and at the bottom, just about 10 yards from where it meets up with Vermont Road, there are patches of gravel that have washed to the middle, an obvious indicator that you've reached the bottom of the hill. There's no fanfare, no tickets to buy, not even a sign to mark the spot. And yet, for generations, folks have found their way here. Even though my new friends had expertly demonstrated the phenomenon, I was anxious to experience this for myself. I'm wondering if the magnet is strong enough to pull the Discover Oklahoma van full of production equipment uphill. I don't know. Putting it in neutral. Oh goodness. 5 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour uphill. Just have it in neutral. Miles an hour. A van full of gear. Uphill. That is crazy. Backwards, uphill, against the wind, with the van in neutral. Needless to say, I'm a believer. Maybe not in ghosts or meteor crashes, but definitely a believer in fun. And what is more fun than attempting to explain the unexplained? At Magnetic Hill near Springer, I'm Shel Wagner.
You'll find directions to Magnetic Hill near Springer by visiting the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. Next up, we're going to go jump in the Explorer and check out a place where Oklahoma intercepted an asteroid. A visitor from outer space when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns in just a couple of minutes.
Hey, how's Kara doing? Great. Absolutely loves being in college. Sam? Just started driving. Watch out.
Yeah, we just added him to our AAA membership. Smart move.
I'm just glad we have good insurance. What do you guys use? We switched over to AAA auto insurance. With another driver in the house, it just made sense to check out pricing. AAA saved us a ton. I didn't know they had insurance too. Yeah, auto, home, and life.
Remember that time when we snuck Dad's car out and got that flat?
Here they go again.
Well, AAA came and fixed it, and the folks never found out.
Found out what?
Nothing, Dad.
Talking about the time you two snuck the car out while we were gone.
You knew?
Well, of course. Why do you think Mom and I added you girls to our AAA membership? Never told you I always check the odometer, did I?
Oh, great idea.
Thanks, Grandpa.
AAA Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does a lot of other great things around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Hello, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. One of the leading causes of crashes on the road today is distracted driving. Now that everybody texts as a way to communicate, many feel obligated to text while driving. In fact, drivers who text are 23 times more likely to crash or get into a near-crash situation than drivers who are not texting. Texting drivers take their eyes off the road, their hands off the wheel, and their minds off of what they should be doing, driving. That's why AAA strongly supported House Bill 1316 to make texting while driving illegal in the state of Oklahoma. Though the bill didn't pass this year, AAA is determined to ultimately see an anti-texting law passed. It's against the law to drink and drive. It should be against the law to text while driving. Be smart. Don't text and drive. Until next time, may the road lead you to exciting new discoveries. Whether it's insurance, travel, or peace of mind on the road, think AAA every day.
AAA, for the ones who matter most to you. As you can see from this great display behind me here at Science Museum, Oklahoma, there's a lot of stuff floating around out in space, and when it hits the Earth, sometimes it can be catastrophic. But about 400 million years ago, when a meteor crashed into what would eventually become the town of Ames, Oklahoma, it delivered a gift from the heavens.
If you're ever driving through Ames, Oklahoma in the northwestern part of the state, you need to stop and stay a while. They have a very nice car museum about 3 blocks north of downtown Ames. They have a very impressive Veterans Memorial, but they also have a very unique kind of museum. It's 400 million years ago, they had a thing come down and it exploded. You've got to come and see it.
And what you will see here is an outdoor museum that explains what happened here millions of years ago. And simply put, a meteor around 1,000 feet in diameter and traveling around 70,000 miles an hour hit the Earth where Ames, Oklahoma is now located. It blew a hole or crater over 8 miles in diameter and created what is known as an astroblim. And this particular astroblim, formed in just a few seconds, made a big impression in the area, to say the least. And the result is now the largest oil-producing crater in the United States. Now, the idea for a museum celebrating this fascinating event came along in 2006, and it opened to the public on August the following year.
From what we know, this is the only museum in the world dedicated to an oil-producing crater. And from this crater, over 18 million barrels of oil have been taken and 18 billion cubic foot of natural gas.
This has become one of the best studied craters on Earth. You can even go to the Oklahoma Geological Survey and find several books on the crater. While you're visiting the outdoor museum, you can get all the technical information of what can happen when, well, how can I put this? A giant rock hits the planet. And what took millions of years to develop under the Earth's crust can be explained in a very fast 6-minute, colorful, easy-to-understand video. There are graphs and charts on the museum walls that also explain the geological aspects and how this crater not only impacted this area millions of years ago, but how it continues to impact it in another way, through tourism.
It's really brought a lot of guests to this town. I mean, as you can see, right now there's guests out here waiting to get in here and take a look at it. We've had people from several different states and countries. I've met some of the people from different countries, like from Italy and England and I believe France.
So stop in Ames when you have a chance and discover a little bit of natural history at its best. In Ames, I'm Dean O'Lawley.
The Ames Crater Museum has a website where you can find out more about this unique roadside attraction. And we'll give you a link to it from the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. That's our show for this week. A big thanks to you for joining us and to the folks here at Science Museum for hosting us. You know, this place has been here since 1958. You can see from the crowd that's on hand today, the kids still love it, so come pay them a visit. And if eventually this signal makes its way out to intelligent life in the universe somewhere, thanks to you too for watching. Next week, we're honoring that wind that sweeps down the plains at a park in Shattuck that's whirling with historic windmills, with the Wind Energy Tour in Weatherford, and we'll feel the wind in our hair on the Oklahoma River in OKC for some drag boat racing. Hope you'll join us. Until next time, remember, there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.